On today's episode of Anime Afterthought Data Live, Season 4, Episode 4, The Spirit from Space. Man, I feel sorry for those who thought this series had a weird premise to begin with. Now we're doing this shit in the final frontier. Yes, spirits in space. Congratulations, Mukuro Hoshimiya. You have earned the title of Kudere. Or at least I think that's the appropriate dure. I mean, there's a lot of them. Basically, if there is a character that exists, there is a dure for it. Ironic though, right? The last spirit had her memories locked away, and this one seems to have locked away her emotions. Makes you think though, Shido and the Spirit Squad's gonna have to do something big to get over this hurdle. I mean, the distance alone is a logistical nightmare. Good thing it seems they have a competent backer. Enter Elliot Baldwin Woodman, the founder of Ratatasker, as well as co-founder with Isaac Westcott and Ellen Mathers of DEM. Definitely pulled a 180 there, going from killing spirits to saving them. His reason is simple though, love. Upon stealing but a single glance at the spirit of origin, she had stolen his heart away. Makes sense, love is a very powerful motivator. I mean, look, the entire premise of this series is based off of capturing these spirits' hearts, having them falling in love with Shido, and then sealing them. But what a way to add some intrigue to the spirit of origin, enough to capture this man's heart? Whew, must be a looker. You know what they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and judging by the spirits we've had so far. Oh wait, but weren't they humans to begin with? So we can actually surmise that the spirit of origin is just going around picking cute girls to be turned into spirits? I guess everyone has their type. Back to Elliot though. Now before this conversation was so rudely interrupted by Isaac Westcott, he did leave us with a pretty cryptic drop. Requesting a better look at Shido's face, he insinuates that he has seen Shido's vestige before, recognizing his similarities to that boy. Now I think we've all surmised at this point that Shido is not your typical boy, and this definitely adds more mystique to his overall character. But before Shido even has time to ask him to elaborate, the alarm is sounded. Ratatasker has been invaded by who? You guessed it, Isaac Westcott. Not gonna lie, Beelzebub coming in clutch. It seems he's actually been searching for Elliot for a while, and thanks to this near godlike omnipotence, he was easily able to ascertain his location. Now while Nia does admit that retaining a fraction of her power allows her to stop him from using future entry, it still seems it has a plethora of abilities, including one that stops the Spirit Squad right in their tracks and presumably warps them somewhere. And if being sent away like yesterday's garbage is not enough to add insult to injury, Isaac basically says the emotional equivalent of run along and play children, the adults are talking. I mean, this couldn't come at the worst possible time. We have a new spirit to deal with, and this one's gonna be a fucking doozy. Mukuro Hoshimiya, aka Zodiac, wielding the power of Michael, a mystical staff key that has the ability to lock other people's abilities as well as create wormholes. I shudder to think, what's worse, putting these powers in an emotionally unstable individual or one devoid of them altogether? We learn that Michael's ability not only conceal one's ability but also their emotions, as Mukuro does it to herself. What has this spirit gone through that she was willing to do this to herself willingly? Devoid of emotion, it seems that she is relying heavily on logic, even calling Shido's hypocrisy into place. Like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I mean, you say you want to save these spirits, but of course sealing their power, actually making them pretty weak and an easier target for Deus Ex Machina. And she ain't having none of that shit. She wants to be left alone. So at first glance, that nice little trip where Westcott sent them wherever might not be bad timing, but of course this just coming off the heels of Mukuro using Michael to plummet a bunch of space debris into Earth. Even without emotions, this spirit seems unstable. What'd you guys think of today's episode? I personally liked it. I like the introduction of Elliot. It is interesting that we've actually seen him twice. Not only was season 2 episode 3 or 4, he was actually in a post-credit scene, and then like Toka said, we've actually seen him ask for directions, I believe in Data Live 3. But this is his first official like appearance. It is kind of funny, someone so interconnected with both DEM and Ratatasker and all of the spirits isn't being actually introduced until season 4. Like, god damn, dude. Like, you're really important to the overall narrative, but we'd rather watch this kid kiss a bunch of girls. Also introducing Karen Mathers, aka Little Sis, Ellen Mathers' little sister. Like, it's pretty interesting. Definitely didn't have much to say, but yeah, why not introduce another cutie, right? Speaking of cuties, yes, the newest spirit, Love the design. Definitely, I think Kudere is the best way to describe her. This emotionless, devoid, like it just... very interesting. I want to go more into her backstory, especially that we learn that spirits are humans. What made her shut herself off so much so that she would use her power on herself? Like, that's gotta be a backstory. And then, yeah, unfortunately, we have to deal with Isaac. I thought we were gonna get a little break between, you know, seeing him last episode completely steal Nia's powers. And he just shows up here like, oh my God, give us a fucking break. Give us a little breather. Give us some room. Can't even think when you're around. But yeah, definitely Beelzebub coming in clutch. And I love the fact that the story-wise, they have Nia keep a fraction of her power so he can't use future entry, right? Like, that would be just too OP for the villain to have this soon. Yeah, very good episode. I dug it. I'm really looking forward to seeing where they're going with this one. So with all that being said, and more episode next week, I cannot wait for future episodes.